Hey, welcome to my 2019 deer season. It's 2019, the long and short of it. Really, the very short of it. You know, it started off like every other year, early in the spring with the food plot work, and then in the summer starting to get a lot of pictures of some very good bucks, some really wide bucks, a couple of them, a couple really tall bucks, and one really big bruiser. And they were all in excess of 4.5 years old. And you know, they were creatures of habit. They really were. They take the same trails. They love to eat in the same areas. You know, they lived within their mile or two home range all the time. They really were just traditional homebody bucks, except this boy right here. You know, he was there through the early spring, and then he just disappeared. But this story is all about one in particular buck, and it would be this one right here. You know, it was just his turn in 2019, and at this time he's 5.5 years old. He was a big son of a gun.
End of flashback.
Well, you know, it started off like it always does in early October. A couple cool days. I thought I'd get right out there in the first couple days of season. And really, the first hunt was on, I think, the 2nd of October. And our season comes in October 1st. And it was uneventful, really. Just some does and some fawns doing what they normally do. Just feeding in the greens, moving off to the grain.
The next day.
There's Skippy. Well, the second day was actually the day after that. On the way in, it was early, and there was a young, small spike buck on his feet, and I had to make a circle and not go to the stand I wanted to hunt. And then bad luck came. So this great old big buck here, he was a super big old 6-pointer. I know 6-pointer doesn't sound old, but he was an old big buck. He got the pass, and it wasn't intentional. Believe me, I'd have killed him. He probably field dressed 230. He was a 5.5-year-old buck, and the problem was I had an equipment malfunction and I couldn't get the shot. You can hear me freaking pulling the trigger, it wouldn't go off. Archery sucks sometimes. So it just got extremely hot and rainy and stuff, and I let it go for a couple of weeks. So I went a couple of weeks, it was just too doggone hot and too windy and too rainy. And on the morning of October 13th, I pulled some cards early in the morning, and all of a sudden I had this the night before, and I knew where he was going. And there was more pictures of him for a couple days, and it was time to go down to the food plot and put an end to it. So let's see what happened.
White buck coming out.
Now I want you to remember, all this is done on one Tacticam that's stuck on my weapon. I don't have a bunch of camera angles and stuff like that anymore. I'm doing it the way most hunters do anymore. They either do a GoPro or something like a Tacticam, and that's what I'm doing. This was an outstanding hunt, and one of the earliest I've ever got done in on a mature buck.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna kill this deer. I'm gonna kill this deer. He's got a long way to go. He's at about 100 yards. That's a hell of a nice buck. I've got 30 minutes of light left. It's 7:08. I picked the wrong stand tonight.
Well, there's going to be a lot of cut on and off. He spent a lot of time at the end of the field, and frankly, I just didn't want to run the batteries down.
He's at 75 yards. Well, I know who's been making these grapes. Come on. He is pounding that green shit. Minutes left.
Now, you got to remember, in Indiana, our legal shooting is up until a half hour after sunset. And as you can see, this bright sun's gone, and that's because a cloud bank had already started moving in. On this particular day, the end of legal shooting hour was 7:28 in the evening. Now this field, the edges were riddled with big scrapes all over the place, and so was the trail in through the woods. This was who was doing it, obviously. I'm going to put an end to him at 50 yards, right at it. It was a long shot, but it was a good shot.
He's gonna die right there. Oh, blood's just pouring out of his mouth. There he goes. He's down. 10 minutes left. 10 minutes left. He's down. He's down. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. That's it. I got him. I got him.
One pair of pants later.
So it took me a good 10, 12 minutes to get the stuff gathered up, set down for at least 4 or 5 minutes, and catch my breath, because I was just a mess after watching him go down like that. It's not very often that you wreck a deer so bad that they go down right in front of you like that. Usually it's crash bang and they go down. He was fighting it, and you could tell, but boy, that shot was right on the money, and I was just a mess.
Oh yeah. All right. All right. There you have it. And just so you can see, I don't know if you can see that, it's 7:28. I had a good day. Dead buck. Dead buck. Dead buck. Good buck.
So when we replay this shot, I want you to notice that he is so caught off guard, and it's so quiet. The bow, the going off, the crossbow and everything, it was so quiet that it caught him all off. It hit him so hard there for a second. I thought he was going to go down right there. And then I've never seen a deer stomp its foot like that after being shot. But dang, it really blew my mind.
Watch this part.
And I hope you enjoyed my hunt as much as I did.
Goes. He's down. 10 minutes left. 10 minutes left. He's down. He's down. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. That's it. I got him. I got him.
You know, I got a lot of good pictures of this deer, and it couldn't have been a better year, but it was so short. And you know, in a state you only get one buck in regular season. That's the way it goes sometimes. And this was the earliest mature buck that I think I've ever taken, and it was taken at a time of the year in the middle of October, October the 13th, when traditionally hunting is just not very good, especially for mature deer. But he had made this food plot and that little strip of woods right there next to it his main core area, his little 400 yards of the world for that time of the year. There was everything he needed: food, water, and cover. And I hope you enjoyed my 2019 hunt as much as I did, and stick around. There's another hunt to come from back in the past, and it's just about as short. 2019, the long and short of it.